Let's look back at last season real quick. You guys had some good moments last year, some big wins in district, big wins in non-district. How did you assess the team's performance last year when you sat back and looked at it?
Well, we had a lot of young kids. We had a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, and we were growing. So coming in and beating Mayfield the way we did, and beating Gadsden, those were huge for us, along with El Dorado. One win against Hobbs. I mean, we had some big wins, like you said. We just needed a little bit more maturing and a little bit more strength. So this year, we've pretty much come up in the weight room and done some really good things, put a lot of pressure on our summer program and our fall program, and we're looking pretty strong right now.
Tyler, what do you think you and the guys learned from last season in terms of getting those wins that Coach just mentioned, and maybe the experience for a lot of you guys?
Well, last season was definitely like a learning process for us. Some big wins and big losses. We learned to play through every game. So last year we were kind of petering out, 7th inning. This year it's going to be completely different.
Does the future of Tiger baseball have you excited? Going into the next couple of years, it seems like you got a lot of really good kids coming up through the program.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of freshmen and a lot of sophomores that have played a couple of years in JV and a couple of years in freshman ball already. And they're coming up. We've got an exciting kid, freshman kid that reminds me a lot of Tyler and Justin Phillips and Nate Winrow when they were freshmen, and that's Gavin Guerra. I mean, he's a big kid. He's strong. He's got some things to learn, but he's coming right along.
Yeah, you mentioned Gavin. Now, the next question is going to be about the scrimmages. Gavin pitched that first game against Deming. What did you take away from the scrimmages? Things you liked, things that you feel like need to be improved heading into the opening games of the season?
Against Deming, we did real well. We came out, we pitched well. I mean, he struggled in the first inning, and then he got right back out of it. We left him in there, see how he'd react, and he did a real good job. We hit pretty decently. We ran really well. The only thing that going into our second game, what we did is we blew some fundamental stuff, pitchers covering bases and some throws and some cutoffs. But that was to be expected. That's what the scrimmage games are for, is to get, kind of find the flaws and fix those. And we found them. And this week we've been working on them. But then we turned right back around and played Mayfield in the last game, and we did everything correct. I mean, we threw right, we hit good, we hit behind runners, we drove pitches, we did everything we were supposed to do, and we beat them. I mean, that's the one thing that I think that we really need to work on, is our consistency. As long as we can play consistently, we're a tough ball club.
This is something new as well. You guys getting those scrimmages here in Alamo and hosting those scrimmages. How important is it for you as a coach? And I'll ask you here in a second, Tyler, for you guys to get those scrimmages here in town and to play some really good teams at Hobbs and Mayfield and Deming. I think it seems like it's real important for the program.
It is. I mean, we've got to play the best. It's kind of like next year when we switch districts and go over the mountain. We play some of the best schools already in our district now, with Las Cruces and Oñate and Mayfield, Gadsden. They're always tough. And then next year we're going to go over the hill and play Hobbs and Carlsbad and even Clovis. And like we were talking to the kids this fall, we were saying, you know what, if we want to win state and participate and go farther in state, we have to go through Hobbs and Clovis. We have to beat those teams. And so new district, it is what it is, and we got to go there. So we're looking forward to going there and playing with those guys.
Tyler, I'll ask you, you've been through basically the entire progression of the program. You've been on this team since you were a freshman. Talk about the progression in terms of you guys, going out there and getting ready before the season and getting ready for the year from when you were a freshman to when you are now. Is it different, you feel like? Or
it's definitely a lot more serious. Freshman year, kind of some messing around and everything, but as we're getting older, everybody's really realizing what needs to be done. And this year it's completely different.
Well, and also, you look at this group and how many of you are seniors and how many of you have been playing. Talk about this group. You guys have probably been playing since you were together in Little League, is my guess, right?
Right, yeah. With Nathan, I've been playing with him since I was 7 years old. So,
what will it mean to you for you guys to have a successful season this year with those guys? I'm sure for your senior year you want to do well, but to do well with those guys, I got to think it'd be extra special for you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're all best friends of mine, so.
Let's go ahead and talk about this team this year, Coach. And we're obviously talking to Tyler here. He's going to be your starting shortstop this year. But let's run around the field and who you expect to be your guys in the field this year for Tiger baseball.
Well, we've got Tyler coming back, which is a big plus. He's a captain of the infield, captain of the team. We've got him as shortstop. We've got Daniel Weeper that has came out and he's done a lot of work in the weight room. He's got a lot stronger. He's hitting the ball with a lot of power. I mean, he's going to be at a corner infielder at third base, and he's going to be on the hump too. At second base, we've got Caleb Agnew. He's really improved over the last year, and he's one of our speedsters. At first base, we've got Gavin Guerra and Richard Adler. Richard Adler is going to be one of our number one pitchers. So real strong in the infield. Our infield play over the last year has improved tremendously with the tutelage of Coach Wells. I mean, Coach Wells has done a lot of great things with these guys and teaching them some new techniques and things like that. So they're doing really good. Behind the dish, we've got Nathan Winrow, and he was our leading hitter last year at 507. So he did real well. We've got John Mansky in center field. A lot of speed there. I mean, he always does well. So he's going to be in center. We've got Alfonso Cadena in left field, and he's a senior, and he's got some speed too. And then in right field right now, we've got Andreas Flores, and he's one of our guys that we've been developing in the junior varsity and in the freshman program. But behind them, we've got Nico Reyes, J.J. Johnson's coming out. I mean, so we're pretty full with some talent, and I think this year we're gonna surprise some people.
You mentioned your pitching and Adler and Guerra. Are those the two guys along with Weeper that you're expecting to be your main pitchers this season?
Yeah, I think they're going to be our starters. Weeper's probably going to come in a lot and close. I mean, he's up in the mid 80s, high 80s, depending on how he feels. Richard's the same way. JJ came out the other day in between basketball and baseball, and he threw a pin for us, and he did real well. He's got some velocity that is there, and he's got some more that'll come as he gets a little better shape. But those guys are throwing the ball well. We do have Gavin Guerra that, like I said, he's a big kid, but he's still a freshman. He's still going to come. He's still got some learning to do, and he's going to be a big part of this team this year. And then we have Nico Reyes that his brother pitched for us in the past, and you know, there's something about these Reyes boys, and they just have tremendous ability and have a knack for staying in the game longer, and their arm is just, it's durable. I can't say enough about those kids. And with Tyler leading the way and leading off and controlling what goes on in our clubhouse and everything, I think we're going to be all right.
Tyler, and I'll go back to defensively. That's one thing I feel like that has proved more than anything with Tiger baseball is defensively. You guys are just so much more solid in terms of what you do. You may have a mistake here and there, but that was probably one of the things that needed to be cleaned up more than anything over the years. And last 2 or 3 seasons has actually been really solid. Talk about you and the rest of the guys in the infield. You've been a big part of the defense. Being on track and helping this team win. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like we don't have any holes anywhere in the field. Nathan behind the dish, his arm's getting really strong, so any throwdowns to second, first, third, anything, it's going to be there. Me, Daniel, and Caleb working all summer on footwork, getting our arms strong, so I just feel like nothing's going to get to the infield. And in the outfield, we have so much speed, nothing's going to be falling. So
we talked about the lineup just a little bit there. Of course, Tyler leading off. You've got 2 fast guys at the top of the lineup, both Tyler and Caleb. Middle of the lineup, you've got Nate. Who do you think? Do you feel solid? Who's going to be in that cleanup spot, or is that going to be a transitioning piece there? Or what do you feel like in the middle of that lineup?
No, Daniel's going to take over the 4 spot. I mean, he's our cleanup hitter, and he's got a lot of power right now. And I don't see that diminishing. I think he's just going to get better and better the longer that he plays. I mean, he's still just a junior, so we've got him this year and we've got him next year. When we get to the 5, 6, 7 hole, those are going to be spots. It's going to be on performance. So let's see how John Mansky the other day had a great scrimmage game. I mean, he had 4 or 5 RBIs and hit the ball real hard. Richard Adler's got spots where he just looks terrific. And then, Gavin Guerra, he's a switch hitter. So he's got a little bit of power from the right side, but he can drive the ball as a lefty too. So, we're going to be all right. And then we get to the 8 and 9 hole, and then we've still got Andreas, and we still got Cadena coming in there, and both those guys can flat out run. So we're going to be all right. We're going to be really good.
Let's talk about the schedule this year in non-district. You guys are playing some really solid teams. You open up with Centennial coming up next week. You feel like your non-district schedule, you got Carlsbad coming into the Tiger Field later on this year. Where do you feel like some of the biggest challenges are going to be in that non-district schedule this year?
Carlsbad and Hobbs. Both those guys, Carlsbad, Hobbs, and El Dorado. You've got preseason number top 10. You've got Carlsbad at 3. You've got El Dorado at 4. You got Hobbs at 6. That's pretty tough. Well, there's some good ball clubs, and El Dorado came in last year, and we beat them twice. We beat them the first game by 10, and then the second game we squeezed one out with them. But Coach Johns is a tremendous coach, and I think he's going for his 500 win this year, and so he'll have them ready. He'll have them ready, and we may have snuck by him last year, but this year he's gonna be ready for us, and you know what? My guys are gonna go out there, and we're gonna be ready for him also. But they're gonna be tough. Again, Centennial's a 4A school, but they're in the top 10. They're number 6 preseason for them also, and they're gonna be tough. They've got Culper. Which is he's had a long history of brothers and at Oñate and at New Mexico State now, so it's a great baseball family, and he's going to probably throw the first one against us, and he's a hard throwing left-hander that we're going to have to stay in there, but we've seen him before, and we should do well. We got Cobra, and they're always tough, defending state champions in 3A. You can't take anything away from Cobra, but I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. Alamogordo is going to be pleasantly surprised with the baseball club this year. And I think that, the community, has been great. We're doing our annual fundraisers this last 2 weeks, and they've really reached out and supported us. And we appreciate that. And we're going to do everything we can to make them proud.
Districts, where do you guys feel like you may shake out in that? Do you have an idea of, obviously, it's always a tough district. Seems like everybody's good, and it seems like it's been that for the last few years. What are your impressions of the district going into the season?
Again, really tough. Oñate, you just can't take anything away from them. They're always there. There for a few years, they were always a bridesmaid. They were always getting up to that big dance and just couldn't push it through. But they're tough. Mayfield's always tough, and then Cruces with JT Romney. Kid's a great athlete, and he's doing well in basketball, and he throws against us. Last year, he shut us down. We loaded the bases a couple times on him, but he basically shut us down and did a real good job. So everybody is coming back strong with a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. Gadsden has got a lot of juniors. They were sophomores last year, and they're going to be tough again. But again, I'll let Tyler answer where he thinks we're going to finish. I'm in agreement with him, but I think that we're gonna shock some people.
Tyler, I'll let you go there. What do you guys feel like it's going to happen in district this year?
We're going to take district for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys are confident about that?
Oh, yeah. We've seen Mayfield now. We played Oñate quite a bit this summer, and Cruces is always good, so I think that's going to be our biggest competition is Cruces.
All right, I like that confidence. Coach, I'll ask you expectations. What will you be happy with at the end of the season in terms of performance, how these kids play this year? Is it looking at win-loss, is looking at where you guys get in state, or just in terms of maybe improvement and what's going on in the field?
Well, our expectations for all of our kids anymore, it's not just about getting to the state tournament anymore. That's something that we preach as a given. We think that we should get there every year. We should compete with anybody in the state, and if we can't, we'll work harder until we can. This year, the kids have came out and done really a lot of work in the summer, a lot of work in the fall. They weren't missing workouts. They weren't doing anything but just sweating and bleeding and getting after it. So, our expectations as always, are to win state. I mean, that's our expectations. That's what we thrive for. Now, what will we be happy with? Winning state.
Yeah.
So we're going to get out there and we're going to go at it. I mean, I don't give them any slack about what we want to accomplish, and they don't give me any slack about when practice time is. We need to get after it, and that's a good relationship there. We got to give and take, and we fully expect to be competing with all the big dogs in 5A.